McFarlane Toys was granted the license for Mortal Kombat figures in 2019. Mortal Kombat 11 would feature 25 characters and 12 downloadable content characters, 37 in total for the roster. How many characters would make up the 50 action figure releases by McFarlane? You can have any Mortal Kombat figure you want, as long as it's Spawn. Stay tuned for the complete history of Mortal Kombat figures by McFarlane Toys. McFarlane would pick up right where Mezco left off in 2019. Mezco didn't exactly break through any barriers with their 6 unique figures. Right out of the gate for McFarlane, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's not really a shocker, is it? These figures are around 7 inches tall, the ideal size. Well, not if you're a collector of any of the previous Mortal Kombat figures. With these at 7 inches tall, they didn't scale well with any of the previous MK releases. The next available figures, GameStop Scorpion and Sub-Zero exclusives. The second wave would consist of more staples, Johnny Cage and Raiden. But the next figure caught most collectors off guard. Spawn? Spawn was connected to the MK game franchise after being a guest character in Mortal Kombat 11, and connected to the MK figure license because the owner of McFarlane Toys was the creator of Spawn. Collusion. Spawn with mace and Spawn with an axe would be just what fans were clamoring for, and they would be the next releases by McFarlane. And just because, a 1 of 1,000 signed signature edition of Spawn. Before the end of 2020, Wave 3, featuring Baraka and Katana. Up next, Wave 4. This one included Sub-Zero, Raiden, Baraka, and Spawn number 4. But no, these aren't repaints. No, they are figures and new skins. Just like playing the video game, more attires to choose from. Like exclusives? Raiden and Scorpion would come in the form of a GameStop exclusive 2-pack. A variant or a repainted Katana would be found at retail around the same time as Wave 4, only at Walmart. Early 2021 would bless us with the 5th wave of Mortal Kombat figures, and vary up the packaging somewhat. Shao Kahn and Liu Kang's first McFarlane figures, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero's next figure skins. Shao Kahn and Liu Kang would have Platinum Edition variants, which is a fancy way of saying chase variants with bloody skins. Spawn's 5th figure would be released in Mortal Kombat 11 packaging as Commando Spawn, 12 inches tall. Thanks, I guess. Series 6 was Spawnless, becoming available summer 2021. Cabal and Noob Sabat. Noob had a Platinum Edition version nearly impossible to find. And not long after, bloody versions of both. That same summer, the second and final 2-pack, Sub-Zero and Shao Kahn. The creators at McFarlane were having Spawn withdrawal and put out 3 more. That's right, the 6th, 7th, and 8th Spawn figure releases in a Mortal Kombat figure line. For a guest DLC character that you would have had to have purchased to even know he was in the game. Wow. Guest appearances in the MK figure line were not over. Wave 7 included the Joker, Liu Kang, Shao Kahn, and a new release with Kotal Kahn. Prepare to be ill. The 9th and the 10th Spawn releases would be next. Malefic Spawn and a classic Spawn. What exactly makes this Spawn classic? Wave 8 would include 2 more bloody repaints, Kotal Kahn and the Joker. Wave 9 included Baraka, a new character in Nightwolf, and a Commando Spawn, now at 7 inches instead of 12. Selective listening when it comes to feedback, I suppose. Wave 10, at least as of summer 2023, is the final wave. Cabal would return in Rapid Red, or as it appears, Poop Brown. Batman Who Laughs, and Shadow of Spawn. It's pretty evident this line contains anything but Shadows of Spawn. That wraps up the entire Mortal Kombat figure run by McFarlane Toys. A major positive, they were priced at $19.99. The retail price remained unchanged from the time they debuted in stores up until the very end, which should be commended. Especially when companies like Hasbro significantly increased the prices of their brands like Star Wars, Marvel, and Power Rangers, giving collectors almost nothing in return for the value. But it's hard to ignore what the real story of McFarlane's run with Mortal Kombat truly is. With 37 characters to choose from in Mortal Kombat 11, only 15 made it to toy shelves. Around 50 or so figures for the line were produced from 2019 to 2023, and 13 were Spawn if you consider the 1 of 1,000 Spawn as its own release. That's over 25% dedicated to a guest DLC character who didn't even appear in the standard video game. What's baffling was that you could still find Spawn figures in Spawn packaging at places like Target and Amazon. Why not throw the majority of them in the Spawn dedicated line? If modern MK isn't your thing, Storm Collectibles was producing figures at the same time as McFarlane, and still are. These figures are insanely more expensive, but are now regarded as the best figures, covering more roster than any other company. But we'll save Storm Collectibles for the next, and maybe final chapter of Mortal Kombat figure history. Hey, that's all for this one. We don't have a Patreon, so if you want to support us, the best way is by grabbing yourself a deal from one of our shops. You can find all things Mortal Kombat in our action figure database at figurecollections.com. And be sure to follow Figure Collections in all these places.